Call to order a business meeting of the U.S. Senate Committee on Agriculture, Nutrition, and Forestry to consider H.R. 4550, the United States Grain Standards Reauthorization Act of 2025, S. 1462, the Fix Our Forest Acts, and 13 land exchange bills. Our nation's agricultural system relies on the weighing and inspection services provided by the USDA's Federal Grain Inspection Service and partner agencies to facilitate the timely marketing of high-quality U.S. grain into the global marketplace. I appreciate the bipartisan groundwork laid by Chairman Thompson and Ranking Member Craig on reauthorizing the U.S. Grain Standards Reauthorization Act of 2025, and today we build upon their efforts. The Fix Our Forest Act, commonly referred to as FOFA, represents the dedication of a bipartisan group of senators, Senator Curtis, Senator Hickenlooper, Senator Padilla, and Senator Sheehy, whose states and citizens have suffered tremendous hardship, exorbitant cost to rebuild, and untold environmental damage due to wildfires. I thank these senators for their leadership and for coming together to address one of our country's most significant natural resource policy issues in a balanced and bipartisan manner. I would also like to thank my colleague and friend from Arkansas, Representative Bruce Westerman, for his leadership on these issues in the House, and I'm glad that his staff has joined us today, and I don't know if we're going to see him later, but we hope so. The Fix Our Forest Act will modernize existing tools and processes and provide new authorities needed by our federal land management agencies in their fight to mitigate the frequency and intensity of catastrophic wildfire. These new authorities will help to keep our forest healthy and working for generations to come, while protecting local communities and Americans from deadly wildfires. And finally, the committee will consider 13 land exchange bills that pertain to redrawing federal forest boundaries, exchanging land between state entities or private citizens and the federal government, or declaring wildernesses in certain federal forests. These bills impact 9 different states. I'm so glad that Senator Klobuchar and I could work to advance these bills out of the committee because we know they are very important to the senators and House members on both sides of the aisle who led these bills. I would also like to thank our staffs for their assistance over the last few months. Specifically, I'd like to thank Carly McLean, Coleman Garrison, Brooke Taylor, Corey Weber of my staff, and Alex Knopfsinger and Josh Tonziger of Senator Klobuchar's staff. And again, they did an exceptional job. I now recognize the ranking member for any comments that she might have.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Chair. And this is a very important package of bills before us today. And I want to thank all the members who worked on this, and especially the Grain Standards Reauthorization, something we care a lot about. The Fix Our Forest bills, which Senators Hickenlooper, Padilla, Curtis, and Sheehy have led in the Senate, along with, as you noted, Westerman and Peters in the House. We will continue to work on this bill. I want to see some funding for the agencies as part of it, but some important changes have been made to the House bills, including clarifying the scope of one of the categorical exclusions, recognizing the role of tribes and what they play in forest projects, and adding additional guardrails around the new fireshed management areas. These were parts of the bill that were added in the Senate due to amendments and other changes from our side. And I understand some of my colleagues still would like to see more changes. I agree with them. But I think it's really important to advance this bill to allow us to make those changes and improve on the House version. The land packages that were mentioned by the chair could not be more important. These are things that are all bipartisan in nature. They are supported by wilderness groups across the country, and this will amount to one of the biggest packages of bills when it comes to public lands that we have seen in decades. That package includes land bills in Tennessee, Virginia, Mississippi, Minnesota, Arkansas, Georgia, North Carolina, Alabama, and if I'm missing one, I'm sure one of the members will correct me. So collectively, these bills included in this lands package represent years of hard work, and I do want to thank my staff for working with everyone on these bills, as well as Senator Bozeman's staff. We continue to work in the shadow of issues surrounding ag, as you all know, the subject of our committee. And the year-long campaign to reduce the USDA's workforce now has 15,000 fewer employees, including 1,400 fewer Forest Service employees to fight fires. And while these bills are incredibly important to move forward, it's going to be harder to do the work of the USDA on forests and other things if we don't make sure that we are hiring back or hiring some of these employees that were let go or terminated long before the shutdown began. So with that, I want to thank Senator Bozeman for his incredible work and his staff, as well as my own staff again. And I'm really excited that we're moving forward on these major bills. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator Klobuchar. And again, we appreciate all of your help and cooperation and really helping us get us in a good place so that we can move these things forward, as do I with the members of this committee who have worked really hard to, again, advance things. Before proceeding to legislation, I ask unanimous consent that letters sent to the committee regarding the legislation we are considering today be included in the record. Without objection, so ordered. I also ask unanimous consent that members be permitted to submit their statements regarding today's legislation for the record, and also without objection, so ordered. The committee will proceed to H.R. 4550, the United States Grain Standards Reauthorization Act of 2025. I offer a bipartisan amendment in the nature of a substitute to H.R. 4550, which is being distributed, and ask for unanimous consent that the amendment be adopted and considered as original text for the purpose of the amendment. Without objection, so ordered. Are there any senators who wish to debate or offer amendments to the bill? Seeing none and noting that a reporting quorum is present, I move that H.R. 4550 is amended be reported. The clerk will call the roll.
Senator Klobuchar.
Aye.
Senator Bennett. Aye. Senator Smith. Aye. Senator Durbin. Senator Booker.
Aye by proxy.
Senator Lujan. Aye. Senator Warnock.
All the proxies will be aye by proxy, okay.
Aye by proxy.
Senator Welch.
Aye.
Senator Fetterman.
Aye by proxy.
Senator Schiff.
Aye.
Senator Slotkin. Aye.
Aye.
Senator Booker.
Aye.
Senator McConnell.
Aye by proxy.
Senator Hoeven.
Yes.
Senator Ernst.
Aye.
Senator Hyde-Smith. Aye. Senator Marshall.
Aye by proxy.
Senator Tuberville. Aye. Senator Justice.
Aye by proxy.
Senator Grassley.
Aye.
Senator Thune.
Aye by proxy.
Senator Fisher. Aye. Senator Moran.
Aye by proxy.
Chairman Bozeman.
Aye.
The ayes are 23, the nays are 0.
On this vote, the yeas are 23 and the nays are 0. H.R. 4550, as amended, will be reported. We will now proceed with consideration of our 13 land bills. Before we vote on the package, I understand Senator Hyde-Smith and Senator Durbin each have technical amendments to the respective bills. Without objection, the Hyde-Smith Amendment number 1 to S 2440 and the Durbin Amendment number 1 to 2548 are adopted. Yes.
May I bring up my amendment, sir?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, forgive me.
You can bring it up at the appropriate. You can bring it up.
This is the largest land package in decades, and it's bipartisan.
I apologize to all my colleagues except for Senator Tuberville.
You can bring it up at the appropriate time. Seeing no further amendments or debate on amendments, and noting that a reporting quorum is present, without objection, I move the following bill be reported in block. S-277, S-1680, S-2440 as amended, H.R. 197, S-1262, S-2548 as amended, S-1681, H.R. 1612, S-1350, S-1376, S-1876, S-683, and an original bill to require the Secretary of Agriculture to convey a parcel of property of the Forest Service to Perry County, Arkansas for other purposes. And I want to correct, that's S-638. The clerk will call the roll.
Senator Klobuchar. Senator Bennett. Senator Smith. Senator Durbin. Senator Booker. Senator Lujan. Senator Warnock.
Aye by proxy.
Senator Welch. Senator Fetterman.
Aye by proxy.
Senator Schiff. Senator Slotkin. Senator McConnell.
Do me a favor. Aye by proxy.
Senator Hoven. Senator Ernst. Senator Hyde-Smith. Senator Marshall.
Aye by proxy.
Senator Tuberville. Senator Justice. Senator Grassley. Senator Thune.
Aye by proxy.
Senator Fisher. Senator Moran.
Aye by proxy.
Chairman Bozeman.
Aye.
The ayes are 23, the nays are 0.
I'm sorry, the
23.
ayes are 23 and the nays are 0. The measure will be reported. Finally, we will proceed with consideration of S-1462, the Fix Our Forest Act. Before we consider amendments to the Fix Our Forest Act, I would like to express my support for a proposal that is important to the forest products industry in Arkansas and throughout the country, which is the nation's second largest employer in the forest sector. There is broad support for clarifying the definition of woody biomass in the renewable fuel standard. While this is an issue within the jurisdiction of the Environment and Public Works Committee, it is something that I believe Congress should address as it considers other changes to biofuels policy. I look forward to working with my colleagues on this committee and EPW to address this issue as soon as possible. I now offer an amendment in the nature of a substitute to S-1462, which has been distributed, and ask for unanimous consent that the amendment be adopted and considered as an original text for the purpose of amendment. Without objection, so ordered. The ranking member and I also have a manager's package that includes the following amendments: Bennett number 1 and number 2, Booker number 1, Fisher number 1, Klobuchar number 1 and number 2, Lujan number 1, 2, 3, and 5, Schiff number 1 is modified by Bozeman second degree, and Schiff number 2, McConnell number 1, Smith number 1, Thune number 1, Warnock number 1. Bozeman's manager's amendment without objection. The manager's package is adopted. Do any other members wish to debate or offer amendments to S-1462, the Fix Our Forest Act as amended?
Mr. Chairman, before we get started on the amendments, I wanted to
Correct.
again clarify that these amendments are, I believe, our package makes this bill better, but there's still room for improvement. I know that's what these amendment votes are about. And I do note that the bill with our amendments is supported by the Environmental Defense Fund, the Nature Conservancy, the National Wildlife Federation, the National Audubon Society, as well as the Theodore Roosevelt Conservation Partnership. Thank you. The bill by Senator Padilla and Senator Hickenlooper and several others. Thank you.
Right. No, thank you, and I appreciate you pointing that out. And again, we started out with a bill and working with the sponsors and the committee. I think the amendments have made it better.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
can I call up my amendment?
Yes.
My amendment is the Disaster Reforestation Act. Our foresters are struggling. We must do something to help them, or we're going to be importing all of our lumber and wood products despite having ample southern yellow pine across Alabama and Georgia. I filed this amendment with Senator Warnock for the purpose of raising awareness of the large gap in relief efforts available to private forest landowners when a natural disaster strikes. Our forest landowners grow a crop that takes decades to mature, but when a hurricane, tornado, pest, or disease outbreak strikes, they do not have crop insurance or standing disaster programs available to them. Our amendment would adjust the tax code, allow landowners to deduct the appraised value of their uncut timber prior to it being destroyed if they commit to replacing within 5 years. This will not make them whole, but it allows them to reinvest, keep forests healthy, and sustain rural jobs. With sawmill closures and lost residual markets for pulp and paper, many landowners cannot weather future storms. This is the simplest and easiest way to give them a helping hand to continue their best forest management practices, reestablish economic prosperity in rural America, and advance the Trump administration's goal of boosting the domestic timber supply. I recognize this amendment falls under the Finance Committee's jurisdiction, so I will withdraw the amendment today, but I ask for your commitment to work together to ensure these landowners get the help they need.
Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Senator Tuberville, and again, we appreciate you bringing this very important problem issue forward, and we certainly will work with you. Senator Warnock.
Mr. Chairman, I wish to be recognized to speak on Mr. Tuberville's amendment.
Yes.
Thank you very much, Senator Tuberville. I want to thank you and for your highlighting and co-sponsoring this amendment from Senator Cassidy and myself, focused on disaster reforestation. Our bill would help forest landowners recover the full extent of their losses after a natural disaster. It's only fair. It is an important issue for the constituents in our respective states. And so I hope that the Senate would consider this bill and provide Georgia's forest land owners much needed relief. I look forward to working on this issue both as a member of this committee and a member of the Finance Committee. Thank you, Mr. Tuberville.
Well, thank you, Senator Warnock. Again, we're very much willing to work with you and see how we can solve a very difficult problem. Thank you. Are there any other amendments?
Chairman, I have an amendment.
Yes, sir. Senator Ben.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. First of all, before I offer it, I'd like to thank you, and I'd like to thank our ranking member, Senator Klobuchar, for your efforts to negotiate this package. I deeply appreciate it, and I think we've made a lot of progress. I'd like to call up Bennett Amendment number 6, which is co-sponsored by Senator Schiff, which would require public and tribal collaboration. I think we've gotten a long way to where we need to go, but we're not quite there. Colorado, like a lot of Western states, has a long history of working together to restore our forests. We've shown that projects move faster when tribes and local communities are at the table from the start. The Fix Our Forest Act dramatically increases the size of emergency forest management projects while eliminating opportunities to challenge these projects in court. Throughout the West, public comment and tribal consultation has always been critical in making the best decisions. And that's why, while the support for the Fix Our Forest Act has been broad, it's also extremely qualified because people are counting on the process, this process, Chairman, to ensure that public comment is still available. Communities and tribes in the West are far better situated to know what is going on in these landscapes than bureaucrats in Washington, D.C. And they are the ones that are most at risk of bearing the burden of fire, which makes their participation even more critical. Unfortunately, this bill ignores the central importance of their opinion, their participation, and their good judgment. Public comment and tribal consultation aren't obstacles. They build trust and make projects better. For every community in our state that values being heard by the federal government, this amendment is the right approach, and I would ask for a yes vote from everybody on the committee. Thank you, Mr. Chairman, again for your kindness and consideration.
No, thank you.
Mr. Chairman?
Senator Schiff.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I appreciate the opportunity to be heard on this, and I thank Senator Bennett for offering this amendment, and I was proud to partner with him on it. Mr. Chairman, I thank you for your work on the bill, and I want to acknowledge the great work being done by my colleague, Senator Padilla, and Senator Hickenlooper and others on this legislation, the improvements that have been made since the bill left the House. The two most significant features of the bill, from my point of view, are the changes in court review, so the opportunity to challenge the court, challenge a project in court, but also the lack of public notice and comment. The statute of limitations has been dramatically reduced, and the standard of what is shown in court has been substantially changed to favor moving forward with these projects. With those changes in terms of judicial review, in the absence of a more fulsome public notice and comment, and without consultation with tribes, we risk projects moving forward without the public being sufficiently aware of them, coupled with a limitation on what can be done to challenge them. What Senator Bennett has offered addresses one of those two concerns with very, I think, reasonable language that would provide for some consultation with the tribes, but also provide some opportunity for the public to be heard. We want to make sure that the focus of this bill, the heart of the bill, which is designed to mitigate the risk of fire, is really the animating force behind these fireshed projects, rather than being driven by economics of timber harvesting. I support Senator Tuberville's amendment and think companies should be compensated in the form of tax relief when there are natural disasters, but the whole purpose behind this is fire mitigation. And so without resources in the bill and without public notice and comment, then the inability to be able to challenge projects in court provides, I think, significant concerns about the bill. But I do think they can be dramatically mitigated by this amendment, and I would urge support for it. And I thank the chairman for all his work on this.
Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, I just want to voice my support for the work that Senators Bennett and Schiff have done here. While this amendment might not pass today, I hope that more progress can be made. It builds on the progress, as you noted, that we've made with the over the House bill with the Senate bill, and including amendment by my colleague Senator Smith that got included. And so I hope we'll continue to try to make the bill even better. Thank you.
No, thank you. Does anybody else have a comment? Or seeing no further amendments or debate on amendments, the question is,
My mic is not working.
clerk will call a roll.
Aye.
Senator Bennett.
Aye.
Senator Smith. Aye. Senator Durbin. Senator Booker. Aye. Senator Lujan. Senator Warnock. Aye. Senator Welch. Aye.
Very good.
Senator Fetterman.
Aye by proxy.
Senator Schiff. Aye. Senator Slotkin. Aye. Senator McConnell.
No by proxy.
Senator Hoven. No. Senator Ernst. No. Senator Hyde-Smith. No. Senator Marshall. No. Senator Tuberville. No. Senator Justice. No. Senator Grassley. No. Senator Thune.
No by proxy.
Senator Fisher. No. Senator Moran? Chairman Bozeman?
No.
That's 11 ayes, 12 noes.
The vote is 11 ayes and 12 noes, so the amendment fails. Are there any other amendments? Senator Schiff.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'd like to call up Schiff Amendment number 3.
Yes.
The amendment I'm offering would address the outstanding issue of funding to carry out the provisions of the bill. We can't expect the Forest Service to carry out any number of crucial wildfire risk mitigation projects and new programs outlined in the bill without adequate resources. At the same time, we've seen the budget cut and the workforce reduced, and to add to the scope of responsibilities for the agency at a time when workforce is being reduced and without an adequate budget means that these good provisions, many of which were authored by my colleague Senator Padilla, may not be fully realized without adequate funding. So this bill would provide the funding to make good on the laudable provisions in the bill, and I would urge an aye vote.
Mr. Chair,
Senator Klobuchar.
I thank Senator Schiff for his amendment. As I noted in my opening, I think additional funding is going to be critical now that the Forest Service has 5,000 fewer staff than it did in January. And under this important bill, those employees that are remaining would need to execute many new projects that I think are very important. So that has got to be a long-term focus as we move this bill to the floor. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator Klobuchar. Senator Bennett.
I would just say I'd also, Mr. Chairman, support Senator Schiff's amendment. This bill does not have any resources in it to do the things that, to do the things that it says that it's doing to quote-unquote fix our forests. And I think that's critical for people to understand. We're facing an emergency throughout the West, and we need to address that emergency with legislation that actually will provide the fundings that we need to make the kind of difference that everybody here, I think, wants to make. So thank you, Mr. Chairman. I will support the amendment.
Thank you, Senator Bennett. Does anybody else want to speak on the amendment? Seeing no further debate, the question is on the amendment. The clerk will call the roll.
Senator Klobuchar?
Aye.
Senator Bennett? Aye. Senator Smith? Aye. Senator Durbin? Aye. Senator Booker? Aye. Senator Lujan? Aye. Senator Warnock? Aye. Senator Welch? Aye. Senator Fetterman?
Aye by proxy.
Senator Schiff? Aye. Senator Slotkin? Aye. Senator McConnell?
Aye by proxy. I'm sorry, no by proxy.
Senator Hoeven? No. Senator Ernst? No. Senator Hyde-Smith? No. Senator Marshall? No. Senator Tuberville? No. Senator Justice? No. Senator Grassley? No. Senator Thune? No. Senator Fisher? No. Senator Moran? No. Chairman Bozeman?
No.
The ayes are 11, the noes are 12.
The ayes are 11, noes are 12. The amendment fails. Are there any other amendments that anyone would like to bring up? Yes. Senator Booker.
I really am grateful, and again, forgive my timing before, but Mr. Chairman, I'd like to call up my amendment number 2. This amendment, which would strike Section 121, is co-sponsored by Senator Durbin and Senator Fetterman. Supreme Court case law provides judges with equitable discretion to use when deciding whether or not to grant an injunction and stop the implementation of a project, and gives judges flexibility regarding how to make those determinations. Section 121 robs judges of this flexibility and mandates the factors judges must consider and how much weight to give them, regardless of the facts or law of a particular case. Section 121 also shortens the timeline to seek judicial review from 6 years to 150 days. While 6 years may indeed be too long, 150 days is too short and could disenfranchise those communities who are most at risk for a wildfire. The Trump administration is proving itself over and over again to be a administration that has had some troubles with the law and federal courts. And I believe that those federal courts are the last line of defense right now in protecting the rule of law in our country. The last thing that any new legislation to do is limit access to the courts by the public, especially those most devastatingly affected by wildfires. This amendment, number 2, strikes Section 121 in order to preserve the judicial review status quo for fireshed projects. Mr. Chairman, I'm requesting a vote on this amendment.
Okay. Thank you, Senator Booker. Senator Klobuchar.
I don't know if Senator Durbin wanted to go first. Durbin? No?
Senator Lujan.
Yeah, and then I'll.
Want me to go ahead?
Yep.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman, and thank you, Senator Klobuchar. I took a look at this amendment and wondered why I hadn't seen it before, because it clearly is an issue of Judiciary Committee jurisdiction. Question about the statute of limitations, as well as the injunctive relief, goes far beyond forestry issue into an issue that I think is usually, customarily, the province of the Judiciary Committee. But to my knowledge, this measure has never been referred to the Judiciary Committee. I think that's a mistake for the reasons stated by Senator Booker. There's a dramatic change in the law when it comes to the statute of limitations. I agree with Senator Booker. 6 years sounds like a long time for a statute of limitations, but 150 days? In addition to that, the start date for this newly shortened review period now runs from the date of publication of the notice in the Federal Registry of agency intents to carry out the project, rather than the final agency decision, further shrinking the window to access judicial review. Some of these decisions are critical when it comes to issues of maintaining a healthy forest and maintaining a safe forest. And to give so little time to those who are reviewing these agency decisions, I think, is unwise. Furthermore, this limiting the ability of federal judges to grant injunctive relief, I think, is extremely short-sighted. This has the potential of being a good bipartisan bill, but this provision is not. And I hope that my colleagues on both sides of the table will join me in supporting the Booker Amendment. Oh, and the last point I want to make. I want to enter in the record, I think it may already be there, a letter from 150, that's 150 different organizations opposing, supporting the Booker Amendment and opposing the measure as written. Without objection, I'll enter that into the record.
Without objection, so ordered. Senator Klobuchar.
Thank you, and I want to thank Senator Booker. I'm supportive of his amendment, and I note that I also appreciate his words that perhaps there's something in between the 6 years and where this ended up. We did include another of Senator Booker's amendment. As I mentioned, we made a number of changes to the House bill, listening to the concerns of the members, but I do support this change, and while I don't believe it will pass today, I'm committed to continuing to work on it going forward.
Are there any other members that would like to speak on the amendment? Seeing no further debate, the question is on the amendment. The clerk will call the roll.
Senator Klobuchar.
Aye.
Senator Bennett. Aye. Senator Smith. Aye. Senator Durbin.
Aye.
Senator Booker.
Aye.
Senator Lujan.
Aye.
Senator Warnock. Aye. Senator Welch. Aye. Senator Fetterman.
Aye by proxy.
Senator Schiff. Aye. Senator Slotkin. Aye. Senator McConnell. No. Senator Hoven. No. Senator Ernst. No. Senator Hyde-Smith. No. Senator Marshall. No. Senator Tuberville. No. Senator Justice. No. Senator Grassley.
No by proxy.
Senator Thune. No. Senator Fisher. No. Senator Moran. No. Chairman Bozeman.
No.
The ayes are 11, the noes are 12.
On this vote, the ayes are 11, the noes are 12. Does anybody else have an amendment they'd like to offer? Seeing no further amendments, Senator Lujan.
There's a long list of amendments still left, so I was just waiting my turn there, Mr. Chairman, but if no one's going to jump forward, I will. Mr. Chairman, I'd like to call Lujan Amendment Number 4.
Go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, first I want to start by thanking Senator Sheehy, Sullivan, Hickenlooper, and Padilla for their leadership in crafting this bipartisan bill. And as we know, wildfires are growing larger, hotter, and more destructive every year. And our federal response must evolve just as quickly. So today I offered 5 amendments designed to strengthen how we research, respond to, and recover from wildfires while ensuring local communities and how they're going to work in this environment. And I'm very pleased, Mr. Chairman, to the support to include 4 of my 5 amendments, which were included in the manager's amendment. Now, these amendments will make our wildfire response smarter, faster, and more equitable. They're driven by science, rooted in local expertise, and focused on helping communities recover and thrive. Now, Mr. Chair, I'd like to discuss and call up the other amendment that was not included in the manager's amendment. Now, this amendment, which is built off of some legislation I worked on with Senator Cynthia Lummis of Wyoming, it gives the Secretary of Agriculture authority to waive cost share requirements when damages result from federal management activities on National Forest System lands. Now, similar to the amendment that was offered by Senator Tuberville, which is a very important amendment, we need to get that one included, Senator Tuberville, to help these families as well. Over the last few years in New Mexico, we saw something happen that the Forest Service tells us is less than a 0.1% chance of a fire starting when there's a controlled burn. That means that someone that works for the federal government, in this case the Forest Service, goes out to do a prescribed burn, and the darn thing gets out of control. Or in one of the cases in New Mexico, they started this fire, and when it was supposed to be put out, they're supposed to use this infrared technology to go and check to see where there's hot spots. They didn't do it. They just went and put their darn hand over the fire, well, over the root that ultimately combusted and burnt millions of acres in New Mexico. If someone from the federal government starts the fire, not a natural disaster, these little small governments, and we all know them, these little small governments in our communities that don't have any tax base, they can't come up with the cost share. And I'm doing my due diligence to control my language. They're just out of luck. They're just left to figure it out on their own. And so that's why I very much appreciated Senator Lummis working with me on this one when we did. Now, I understand it scores. I want to work with the committee because I think there's a lot of agreement here that when these little communities just get struck with something that someone should have checked the weather or used some technology and they could have prevented devastation in a community, there's a better way to get there. So, Mr. Chairman, I'm going to withdraw this, and I hope to work with you, with our ranking member, with all of our colleagues to see if we can figure out a way to do something in this one and get this one included down the road. I hope to God it never happens. I hope to God we would never need this one because someone from the federal government would not start a fire that gets out of control. That's the way to make sure we save money. So with that, Mr. Chairman, I'm going to withdraw this amendment.
Well, I want to, go ahead, Mr. Chairman. I just want to thank Senator Lujan because I'm supportive of this amendment, and I appreciate his passion, and it kind of bleeds into some of the other issues on funding, I believe, that were raised earlier by Senator Schiff's amendment. But I also want to, we worked very hard with your staff and included 4 of your 5 amendments in this package, and they're good amendments, and look forward to working with you on this one.
Yeah, thank you, Senator Lujan, and I agree totally. This is a huge problem, and we look forward to working with you in the future. Are there any other amendments? Seeing no further amendments or debate on amendments, the question is on reporting. Is on reporting S 1462 is amended. I note the presence of a reporting quorum. The clerk will call the roll.
Senator Klobuchar.
Aye.
Senator Bennett.
No.
Senator Smith.
No.
Senator Durbin. No. Senator Booker. No. Senator Lujan. Aye. Senator Warnock. Aye. Senator Welch. Aye. Senator Fetterman.
Aye by proxy.
Senator Schiff. No. Senator Slotkin. Aye. Senator McConnell. Aye. Senator Hoeven. Aye. Senator Ernst. Aye. Senator Hyde-Smith. Aye. Senator Marshall. Senator Tuberville. Senator Justice. Senator Grassley.
Aye by proxy.
Senator Thune. Senator Fisher. Senator Moran. Chairman Bozeman.
Aye.
The ayes are 18, the noes are 5.
Ayes are 18, the noes are 5. S 1462 as amended will be reported. I ask for unanimous consent in preparing these pieces of legislation for reporting. The staff will be authorized to make technical, clarifying, and conforming changes as appropriate. See no objection, so ordered. Thank you to the members of our committee and the sponsors of these critical pieces of legislation. And with that, the business meeting is adjourned.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Sorry. I'm sorry.